Howdy y'all, welcome to my walkthrough for the Act 2 finale mission. The Act 2 story mission is entitled Shepherd, and you're asked to deploy to the neutralizer test site and successfully test the neutralizer. Here's the loadout I was able to pull together for this one, with a Pack 2 crystal and a Pack 1 crystal, which just saves time in the long run, because you're going to want both weapons at a Pack 3. I was also able to have 2 purple tools to start this one and an assortment of perks. Now, full disclosure, the first time I went through, I soloed all the missions for Act 1, 2, and 3 to include the end missions, except this mission. So this mission is not to be taken lightly. Now, you should know me by now. I gotta get a dog. If you're a solo player, you're really asking for trouble if you're not getting yourself a dog. You're going to be fighting a lot of enemies in this particular mission, so make sure that you got the extra firepower. Get both of your weapons to Pack 3. Now also, I recommend having 4 sentry guns. The one that you have, plus another 3. In addition to that, 1 deadbolt turret circuit board, and you'll see what I mean with that later. Now, this mission's not as easy as Dr. Jansen, so make sure to hit the old soda pop machine and get whatever perks you don't already have. As you become eligible for these end missions, you'll notice that you continue to keep the extraction points for each of them. You'll still see the one for Jansen. This one in particular is called Shepherd. When you're ready to go, call in the chopper.
Okay, my prototype is mated to the transport. You should be good to go.
Strike team, there's a helo inbound to pick you up. They'll spot the 411 on mission parameters. Follow his lead.
Wait for my go.
All right, from here on out, I am not going to cut the video.
Secure and escort the package to the mission area. Keep it safe until it can be test filed. Let's get it done.
Now you'll notice that this is the area of the resort in the northwest part of the map, and you will deploy out onto the beach. I normally deploy out onto the left side. The second you do, you'll notice that your chopper's taken out by Sam's on the roof, and then that's your target. Follow up to the left, there are snipers on various rooftops, particularly on the right side of the map. There are some mines in addition to a couple of mercenaries on the left side.
Didn't see me coming, did ya?
As you work your way around here, there will be a sniper that is up on the top of that building. Sometimes he comes down. This construction will give you the cover to keep going on in. I usually walk through this building just as it gives me more cover to get through. Don't forget that you can shoot through these little tarp walls. Your dog does a great job of drawing fire in addition to the other capabilities he has.
Surprise, cabrón. Get up there and plant your charges.
We're working our way over to this little rope. Now, the second you get up here, you're going to need to deal with a couple of mercs on the right side.
Entering the 50 fire range now. Hurry up.
There's also one that'll peek around the corner at the end. Once you've taken care of them, go ahead and go back to the other side. And on the west side of the building, take this rope up. When you get to the roof, you're going to immediately go inside of a building underneath a turret. Now there's mercs all over the top of this building. And there's a little trick, and here's where we're going to use the deadbolt circuit board. From inside this building, you have the ability to access and open the turret. Go ahead and put that in, and this will make this part of the mission so much easier. Give it a second as the turret starts to clear the roof. It won't get all of them, but it'll get the majority of them. And then you can go through, pick up some armor. There are also some ammo crates. But your main purpose here is to attach the explosives to the two SAM sites. Once I attach the second one, I normally go inside of the building that is opposite the one that you went in, the very first part, just to sit there and have cover for whatever mercenaries may still be lingering around. And you see Fido continues to go do his job.
Deadbolt. I know you're out there. I know you can hear me. You should know. I've offered the full deal to anyone who brings me one of you alive.
Now, once both SAMs are taken care of, your next point is going to be to go down to the ground over there where that marker is. I usually kind of go past it a little bit and look for some cover for the initial onslaught, because there's a lot of zombies that come out as well as mercs. They will fight each other. It just takes a second to settle down, and that depends on how comfortable you are with dealing with large groups.
Strike team, keep the ACV secure. That prototype's one of a kind.
Your dog does a great job of drawing crowds. Now, zombies and such will continue to spawn throughout this encounter, so you never really have a total lull in the action. But when it gets to a point that you're comfortable proceeding forward, this is a regular escort type mission.
Hugo found an Ethereum deposit big enough to really test the neutralizers.
Now it's time to get out the circuit boards, now it's time to get out the turrets.
Don't get neutralized on the way.
Sentry deployed.
I will face 2 backwards and 1 forward.
Sentry deployed.
The remaining sentry will be used at the end.
Sentry deployed.
Once you've got them set up, go ahead and hit start and start the escort. One thing to watch out for in this is your ammo. Both ammo and armor can become an issue because you're moving forward and you're shooting things behind you most of the time. So be cognizant of the fact that you may eventually run out if you're not grabbing some of those things that are dropping behind you. Now you'll notice the different weapons that I use in the different situations. These swarms are better for large crowds. You can also shoot these little crystals here, just like you can in the Dark Ether, to see if they got any goodies in them. Goodies that you need. As it moves along the west side of the building, you're approaching the hard part. The hard part is going to be after it turns the corner at the end of these buildings and start entering into this construction area. The construction area has a lot of mercenaries in it.
After all, I got stuck with you.
Now, if you find yourself getting into trouble, feel free to jump into a building that is on the right side just after this little tarp wall. It will give you some cover from things that are shooting at you outside. If there's too much, feel free to use anything you can to include the escort vehicle as a line of sight shield from whatever's attacking you. Just after the building is another ammo case. Ammo depot, whatever the heck those things are. Now, as you're coming out here, you may still be taking some fire from various snipers on rooftops, but it's usually going to be negligible. Now, the ether containment vehicle will eventually come to a stop. When it does, you get ready for the last leg, I should say, of this adventure. Here's where your turret's going to come into place. I suggest coming out here a little bit in front of the vehicle
Switch on the Ethereum neutralizers.
and pushing the sentry backwards. It's going to help you take care of not only the ads that come along, but also the mega abomination that is going to spawn pretty soon after you start the vehicle. And there he is. Remember, mega abominations are most vulnerable when their mouth is open. And they were nice enough to give me another sentry gun. Eventually you'll get a cue that it is ready to fire. And at that point you got to go back over to the vehicle and actually hit it. Hit the button.
Neutralizer is ready to test fire.
Not like me, who's ignoring it right now. And once you go ahead and hit it, that'll be the end of the Act 2 mission.
Surprise cover.
Boot up sequence is complete. Neutralizer is ready to test fire.
Yeah, I know, I wasn't paying attention.
Boot up sequence is complete. Neutralizer is ready to test fire.
And it's done. Just like the other one, you cannot skip the ending cutscene. The remainder of the video is going to be this cutscene, so if you've seen it enough or don't want to watch it again, feel free to skip, and I appreciate you watching until now. And I hope you got something out of it.
But that was raw, unprocessed Ethereum. The material in Zakhaev's vial is highly enriched. My projections show this weapons-grade Ethereum can withstand our prototype.
In other words, you failed. This was a waste of time and resources.
Not true. The principle has been proven. We just need to amplify the neutralizer and recalibrate its output.
And you can do that, can you?
Not quite. But Zakhaev obtained research written by the expert on Ethereum enrichment.
Strauss. Old mate of yours?
Friends are a luxury I can seldom afford.
Zakhaev stored Strauss's research in a vault. It'll be heavily guarded, but that research holds the key to upgrading the neutralizer.
We don't have time for this. Our focus should be Zakhaev himself.
And if we find him, then what? He unleashes his remaining vial and we have nothing to counter it.
Deadbolt might be able to hammer this thing hard enough to contain it. But if the objective is to end it, that neutralizes our best shot.
Fine. Get Strauss's data. See what Dr. Jansen can do with it.
Ava, what is wrong?
It's just a migraine. It'll pass. They always do.
Now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.